don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
What are you thinking about?
Anything you are.
Hello everyone, this is Tom, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the DX9 War in Pocket Warrior Hulkie. Now I know I'm coming to this one kind of late, but that's okay because I eventually intend to have him scaled and shown off with the Dinobots, and you know their video should have came before this one, so it's all good. So what I'm going to do is you'll see this introduction at the start of each one of these videos. There should be a total of 4 videos. I'll start off showing the pair of the legs, then I'll go to the arms, and then I'll go to the body. And I'll just do 2 figures per video. So let's quickly go over the box. Here's the front of the box, side of the box, product shots, bottom of the box, don't need anything in here, more product shots. Upside down product shots, there's more product shots. That's the front. And here is a shot of their tech specs, which again, you can't read, much like their Dinobots. You've got their Cyclonus, their Galvatron, their Sweeps, and their Medic, and their other releases that they had up to that time. So, like I said, this is an older release, and they're teased here with their Megatron, which I think I've already reviewed. So, let's get these guys out of the box, take a look at them, if I can get the box open. Oh, that's not the side that I opened, is it? No, I didn't. I opened up this side. Maybe. Cut the tape on this one. Ah! Get out here. So I've already had these out. I've had this for a while, I just never have reviewed it. So, alright. Empty box. Alright. Box down. You get these guns and 2 hands in this little baggie. You get instructions for all of them. And you get all of them in this little plastic clamshell. Now, like I said, we will be reviewing each of these individually. We'll do these 2 first. Then we'll jump to... no, we'll do this one and this one first. Then we'll jump to this one, and then this one, and this one. So, alright. Let's see here. I'm going to pause right here because I'm going to do initial impressions on each one separately. So, okay. Okay, so initial impressions. This is Mixmaster, also known by DX9 as Mixer. He's actually got a little bit of heft to him. There's a little bit of die cast in here. I don't know if that's just because he's a foot or what. I can't exactly... It might be right here in the cab section. Yeah, it's kind of... It feels like it's in the cab. Can't tell exactly where. It might be right here. I'm not sure exactly. Size comparison wise, here he is with Bumblebee. So, yeah, he's pretty much exactly the length of Bumblebee. Cyberverse Ultra Magnus is longer than he is. Give you an idea of scale there. And let's pull out the ruler. He is exactly 3 inches from tip to tip and 1 inch wide. So there you go. Let's see. Initial impressions. He's tiny. He's tiny. I mean, he's just Hasbro scale Legends tiny. Original Hasbro scale. So, yeah, okay. There's my initial impression on Mixer.
Do 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 do
So now we're going to transform this guy. This is Mixer, and it's pretty simple to get this guy into robot mode. Basically, we just split the legs here, and it's got a really good connection on it. Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, we'll do that. Let's see here, how do we do this? The legs are on a double joint here. You just bring them up like that. That makes his feet right here. His arms are pinned in right here, so all you have to do is separate them like this, just like that, okay? Bring them down, they're on a hinge right here, and there's a ball joint right here, which will provide for his shoulder articulation. Rotate them around so that they're facing downward, and pull the arm down. And then you just bring down these two little cannon bit thingies, and that is his entire transformation. Now, you do have a little bit of play here in these joints back here at the back, so I mean you can make him a little bit taller, you can adjust just a tad, but not much. And he does have a rocker right here, which is used for the foot mode, but yeah, I mean that's basically it to transform this guy. That's basically it. Articulation wise, his head is a solid flat piece, so you get no articulation at the head. His shoulders are on this hinge right here and this ball joint. You get 360 with the ball joint. It can go out to there. Okay, if you raise it up, I mean you can do like that with it if you want, which is fine. Single bend elbow, get you 90 degrees. His hands are just fixed. Hips are on T-jointed ball joints, so he can do the full Chinese splits, and he should be able to do the American splits. No, he can't. The cut of the little thigh here prevents him from going up further than, well, yeah, you can force it and you can force it and make him do the splits, but you're kind of grinding stuff off when you do that, so let me do it and you don't do it on yours. He has a mushroom peg right here for the thigh, so you can get some thigh rotation. Knee bend. Let's see here. If you don't use this transformation joint, he gets 90 degrees, just like that. If you use the transformation joint, you can go further. And he has no toe articulation because he has no toes. He does have some molded detail in here, which is kind of nice. Pick that out with a little bit of paint, and it would look really nice. That's this guy, his articulation. Now, let's see here. He's a little difficult to get to stand in a straight line. Size comparison wise, here he is in robot mode with a standard Hasbro figure. Let's see. Oops, sorry folks. Before I go any further, let's just measure him from tip to tip to see how tall he is. In this mode, from the tip of his thing, he stands about 3.5 inches. So that would be standard Hasbro scale. Okay, let's see, what else do I have to compare him to? Here we go. Let's put him to pipes. Let's see how he scales with pipes. So, yeah, tip to tip, to head, he comes up to his shoulder, but tip to tip, he's where he should be. Alright, and I think that's just the only comparison we're going to make for this particular moment. Okay. It occurs to me I completely forgot I need to put this guy into combine mode. So, rotate these around from robot mode, bring them up, bring the hands back in. Basically, we just transform him back into his mixing truck mode. Put him back together. Just like this. And there's a port and a peg and a port on both sides. Peg them together like that. And in this mode, the only articulation this thing has is the mixing drum, which does rotate. The wheels do not move. Now, to get him into combine mode, you simply pull the legs out, and you can see this joint right here, which allows you to rock the legs up at the thighs right here, and you just collapse it down. He's got a port right here, which long haul is going to plug into. That sounds really bad, but and then you've got your ankle rock that we showed off earlier, and that is his combined mode. Okay. Alright, so here's my initial impressions on Bone Crusher. No, this isn't Bone Crusher, this is Scavenger. I'm sorry, Scavenger. He's kind of light. Well, he's not light either. He's got some die cast in him. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was right here in the legs. He's your typical Scavenger figure. Yeah, he's okay. Plastic quality feels okay. It's better than Hasbro's. That's for definite sure. He rolls. He's got rolling wheels. Size comparison wise, here he is with Bumblebee. Body wise, he's about the same length as Bumblebee. This sticks out further. Cyberverse, Ultra Magnus, with the shovel, he's a little bit longer. Let's see, how long is he with the old ruler here? Just with the body, he's 3 inches. You measure in the shovel, and he crests, well, just barely past 4 inches. If you count the wheels, he's at 1.5 inches. If you don't count the wheels, just the body, he's at 1.25 inches. So he's actually wider than Mixmaster, or Mixer, or whatever they call him. So, yeah, initial impressions, he's not bad. Okay, so now we come to Scrapper, or Shoveler, as DX9 calls him. And in this mode, articulation-wise, his shovel here can rotate. It's on a rotating hinge here, and his wheels move. So that's kind of cool. Alright, transformation for him is not difficult, but I will tell you, I did have to go in and loosen some screws to make this work easier, because it was tight. Whew, boy was it tight. Okay, so, first thing you want to do is, it's easier for me anyway, to come here and just crack these legs open like this, a little bit. Pull them down, and I may end up actually loosening those screws as well, if you can see them, because they're tight to these pins, and they're making it difficult to bend right here. Loosen those up a touch and make it easier. These are the screws I loosened just to make it easier to do this, which actually makes his feet. Okay, his hands here are pinned in to these 2 little pins right here. Those are his hands. And his shoulders are on 2 little rocking joints. Don't know if you can see these or not up here, but what you do is they're down like this. You need to bring them up so that they're flush, and then you rock the ball joint, the arm on the ball joint right here, to get your proper shoulder height. Then you rotate at the bicep to put your arm in the proper orientation. Now your head is right here, and to get that, the easiest way I found is to put 2 fingers on each shoulder like this, and the thumb in the crotch, and just force his head up. Force it all the way down. There you go. Just like that. And then you can adjust your shovel. You can have it like this. You can turn it like this so it's banging his head. However you want to have it. However you wish to display him. And here is Scrapper. I kind of like Scrapper. He's got a really interesting transformation. So let's see. Pull out the old ruler. Size-wise, he is maybe just a tad over 3.5. From shoulder to shoulder, a little better than 2. So he may be taller than old Mixmaster here, and that's okay. He's a nice little robot. Let's see here. Size comparison. Here he is with Cosmos, and he seems to line up a little bit better with Cosmos than Mixmaster did. And here he is with Pipes. And yeah, I think Mixmaster was just a little bit smaller, and I think that had to do with the fact that he had that thing on top of his head, and his head was just a little bit lower because of it. But I like that. I like that scale. All right. All right. So to get this guy into limb mode, what we need to do first is pop his head up, put his legs to order here, and I did loosen the screw on both sides, and it did help somewhat. It's still a little tight, but it did help. Basically, we just transform these guys back into their vehicle modes, pretty much. If you've ever seen the Constructicons, then you know they're construction vehicles. They're in their alt modes when they transform into their Gestalt mode. Rotate the hand so that that port there is going to clip onto that pin. And that's the only real clearance issue that we have here on this, is that right there. But it allows you to bend the arm a little bit if you do it this way first, to give you clearance to get in here around that little tight connection there. And then you just fold this up right here. Now, he's a brick. He has no articulation in this mode, I mean his tires. So when he's connected and he connects here, all you do is you just separate these and long haul plug in right there. You can fake an ankle rocker. That's how you'll fake an ankle rocker. That's it. Alright, now he's in limb mode.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Vitamin John. Operators are standing by.